Hello? Hello YouTube? Hello? How's it going? We're back again for another Korega thing. Lameo. Alright. We are in the month of November already. The probably one of the worst years in decades so far. It's almost over. This shitty ass year is almost over. So okay, let's just jump right into it. Alright, so I'm just gonna go back and forth with the translation, I suppose, with the main Google Translate thing. Okay, so first is Rise of the Beast, yeah? On November 6th. And for this run, new ring will be added to the shop. While the last run is supposed to be the addition of new nuggets, the end of new nuggets. More will be added into this run only so that people can buy this new ring and with the last nuggets. I think we could also use the new stuff to grab the bar as well, I think, if I recall correctly. I don't remember how many we have already, but I think we should have enough, I think. They should not have any more nuggets, yeah. I mean, last I recall, that's what they were trying to do. Nuggets are supposed to be a thing in the past, while this new thing they added in, where is it? This thing, yeah, this thing. They're trying to make this thing as the new currency instead of the gold nuggets for some reason. Yeah, this is gonna be the new thing, which is honestly I don't know, it's fine I guess, but the new raid is kind of ass though. Nobody joins it after the first day. Like, I don't know, man. People are just literally just doing it just for the sake of getting the tree, and they're just gonna fuck right off because there's really no reason for them to join anymore. I feel like they need to put in like more like benefits in there. I mean, it doesn't have to be like, it might, you know, be beneficial for like end game players or anything. It could be beneficial for like everyone, right? Or some shit, you know, that kind of shit. Just put like, you know, relatively decent like drop rates. I don't know, Magnet 2 shit or whatever stuff like that. I mean by Magnet 2, I mean like the shitty silver animas or whatever, like randomize those kind of stuff, or you know, those other crap that people tend to use like all the time kind of shit, and you need a lot of them, stuff like that. Yeah, they need more of that. That's why. But like, you know, drops will be updated for the 4 beast raids. What? Elemental True Anima and Troll Fragments will drop from the raids, and blue chests will contain Damascus grains, elemental urns, and rice. Yeah, I was just talking about that like just a few seconds ago. Okay, so they are actually changing it. Alright, cool. Cool, at least they're changing that. Yeah, I literally just said that. Okay, so maybe because now there's grains and some urns and shit, okay, there's a little bit more reason for people to actually just, you know, randomly just do it. But probably endgame players will not give a shit because they probably have everything already, and like thousands of them already by now. But you can probably at least see like new game to mid game players will consistently join during the event period, just for all this stuff. But the other thing is that we probably have to see like how often like the stuff would drop though. If like, for example, like grains and shit, like if it drops maybe like 3% of the time, I think it's pretty damn good though. If it's like 3% drop rate or some shit, 3 to 1% drop rate, people might actually do it because, you know, especially in mid game, you still need a lot of Damascus crystals after all. Getting all these grains is probably gonna help you a lot. It's pretty good. Alright, so the next one is Guild War. Okay, what do we have for Guild War? Thanks to the addition of Craftsman's Anvil, the auto EXP reserve function and from draw boxes will be able to fit the R's, SR's automatically instead of sending them to your time limit crate. Okay, nice. Sure. Now all the stuff that we empty our boxes can automatically go into, feed into our S level anvil thing or whatever. skill level stuff. Cool. On October 21st, we will get Handsome Gorilla again. The Artist Battle Armor outfit for Lunalu will once again be available, and Mad Lib's comic pages will once again available to play with. Oh yeah. This was relatively fun to do though, not gonna lie. I remember we were memeing so much on stream, like when this was live, right? It was pretty fun though. This little mini game that we have with the community is actually pretty fucking fun. From what I can see, because this is it looks like a rerun, right? If it's a rerun, then wouldn't that be just Akaram points? Like every rerun will always have Akaram points. It even says reprinted. Tavel or Babel returns on November 25th. Will add layers 5 and 6. Your party's mission progress and so on will be all kept from the previous run. Oh, cool. Extra 2 levels, sure. Gonna probably get our asses kicked again this time, but we will see. Alright, there we go. Yep, I've seen a lot of this on Twitter. No matter how I try to stay away from spoilers, it is everywhere. Replica Sandbox is currently scheduled for late November or early December. Oh shit. It will have its own story, and Correga dives into the new content in more detail than ever before. Replica Sandbox will be fully single player with no raids. It will not run for limited periods of time. Once it's open, it will stay open. To start Replica Sandbox, you will need to clear points. What? Need to clear points Aquila, Bellator, and Celsius on Extreme. Oh. So you need to clear all Extreme, only you will unlock this. Okay. Replicard will use Akaram Action Points, AAP, to play. It will recover to full at every daily reset, and you can also use elixirs or half elixirs to recover them. Huh, okay. So there's another stamina system for it. Replica Sandbox grids will have an 11th weapon slot, which can only hold a Saphira weapon or a new Replica weapon. What? Just like Akaram, Replica Sandbox will not allow you to pick a friend summon for fights. So this 11 weapon slot is meant to compensate for it. Oh. The 11 weapon slot is not required, but will help as Replicard content expands in the future. This might actually implement as a real thing in the future, for all we know. The weapons previously teased as part of Replica Sandbox are known as the New World series. Name is not official. Can be used in the 11th weapon slot instead of Saphira weapons. The Saphira weapons will get a 4-star uncap? Are we talking about our current weapons or what? The original one. I didn't know they were called Saphira weapons. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know they were called Saphira. Oh. So all these weapons will get 5 full limit break. And you can equip these in the 11th slot. Because you get stuff like this, right? So it boosts a hell lot for you. But it only works in Akaram, so. So basically the 11th slot is just special for the Akaram Replica Sandbox thing. Okay. Alright, I'm digging it. Alright. Because the new content allows us to burn our pots, which I'm totally down with. Which, in other words, it's not time gated. Unless for some reason you're out of pots, then, well, yikes, that's pretty unfortunate, I suppose. But that's pretty cool. That means it literally opens a brand new set of content for us endgame players to at least have something to do. You know, it's very similar to like when Magna 2 was just released or some shit. So yeah, at least I have stuff to do now. Cool! Alright! Nice! Alright. Cool. I have something to do. Alright, what? Replica Sandbox will drop items used to uncap and recruit invokers. Oh! Does that mean Evolite? No, I am very certain Evolites are not included. I can tell that they'll just drop in all the Edian, maybe Edians, the Astras, the Saphira Stones, all that shit. Yeah, I guess that's pretty nice, I suppose. I'm legit excited for this. Nice. Please don't disappoint me. I am really hoping this does not disappoint me. Oh boy, okay. The November side story will be 1,000 reasons. Nobody fucking cares, alright. Orchid, yes, we know that. Yes, another one that everyone was spoiling, okay. New balances! New balance changes for mid-December. Okay, boy. Alright, Fire will be UL. How many characters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so we have UL, we have Uno, we have Irofa, we have Siegfried, we have Summer-chan, we have Torn. Okay, we have Song, we have Christmas Mary, we have the original Naru. Honestly, all these characters they mentioned definitely needed one though. But Summer Europa though. I mean, I guess Summer Europa was actually good for a while, but then she turned to be kind of shit. But yeah, you all needed that. I guess not all of them really kind of needed it, but they kind of did. Yeah, most of them really needed the upgrade. Like, UL needed the upgrade like ages ago. Like, her raw damage is freaking ass for some reason. I don't know what the hell is this passive? She's level 100 by the way. She's full limit break. She gives you 15% damage cap, but herself, she can't even achieve that. I don't get it. It's so mind-boggling. It's like, yeah, everything else feels like a meme though. Plus her trans cooldown looks a little bit yikers as well. Like, at first it looks pretty nice, but like now it's like oh my goodness, she looks like an absolute ass character. Her first skill is absolute shit. Like, it's a level 90 upgrade. You get extra damage, but she gets 75% double attack to herself. It's only to herself. Like, these days, right? The self buff is like way more significant than fucking 75%, man. This is so fucking sad. Seriously, this is very, very sad. A level 90 upgrade. And then level 95 upgrade, okay? Level 95. You have to slime so hard to get to level 95. All it does is adds extra 20% echo for your whole team. When these days, 20% echo is like every fucking where. And they're not even level, like, requirement level 95 or some shit. Man, she is so bad. Like, in, like, 2020, edition. You know? You know, when she first got her full limit break, it was okay. But I feel like at that time, even at that time when did she got her full limit break? 2016, okay? When she got her 2016, right? Her full limit break upgrade. She couldn't even get that much damage for herself. She, like, all she does like, she does double attack to herself. She gives echo to everyone, and then 20% fire attack. That's it. And then she gives damage cap, okay? 50% damage cap is actually pretty good. But the problem is, she cannot even hit that high. Like her base, like her base raw stat or whatever something, even though it looks like 7200 or 8500, 8550, it's pretty shit. Like, there's something to do with the character's strength itself or some shit that doesn't allow her to hit that high. I don't know why. There's really something wrong with this character. There's something to do with the character's, like, raw physical stat that is not shown on screen or whatever. That is, for some reason, she hits so freaking low. It's like, you need to be, like, super geared and shit in order for her to hit relatively okay. That itself doesn't make any sense. Like, for something to do with, like, I don't know, maybe her multiplier is not that great or some shit. It's very, very sad. But yeah, she needed this upgrade for quite some time. Like, yeah, they show like Uno and stuff needed an upgrade, true, yes, but like, I feel like she needed this like way longer for quite some time already, because she happens to have this problem since she got her full limit break upgrade. So it's like, yeah, it's already been more than 4 years already, almost 5 years now. Okay. So next one is Uno. Yeah, we already know that Uno is like long needed already. But the problem is like the only thing that the only people that uses, I feel like, as like a standard thing these days, right? The only time people actually use Uno these days is just the ones that like Mr. Soupy or something. You know, when they're fully super geared in like primal, or at least invested heavily in primal water. Especially when you have the likes of Summer Lucio. Then Uno can be really good. Because yeah, remember, Uno is one of those characters that has a special assassin skill where it allows him to have a full turn of assassin, you know? So like anything he do in that specific turn, all of it has the assassin buff. It lasts for the entire turn, not like the standard assassins, like, you know, when you use like for like the Predator, or like, wait, maybe not Predator, like, you know, Shiva's call or whatever, you know, those kind of stuff. That only applies for like one time only, or like for example like SR-S4 and shit like that, right? Those ones are all just one time, not like the entire turn. Because this one is similar to like the Christmas Naru, or like who's that new character that Mireille? Yeah, Miriel and Risetto, right? Because I remember someone telling me that was like the entire turn as well. So yeah, this kind of stuff is actually relatively strong. But the problem is like Uno. Well, we all know Uno by lore. He's very defensive characters. Like, yeah, he's great. Yeah, I mean, oops, I clicked something. Okay, he's great. He has like 100% damage kind of shit. But then if you look at all the contents that we have in 2020, right? Most of them are fucking immune to damage cut. So this thing itself, this skill is fucking useless. So like, what's the point, right? I mean, this one is great, but you can only use it once after 10 turns, right? Like, what the fuck? So that's why, like, it feels like it doesn't make sense anymore to like use Uno for like a general purpose. You know, that kind of shit. That's why Uno fell behind so hard in like, I think it actually started to feel very, very bad for Uno, like in terms of whatever content has been out. Like I think end of last year? Yeah, end of last year, like early 2020. This entire year onwards was like a really bad year, I guess, for Uno, because of the whole thing like made him entirely useless. The only thing that did not really made him entirely useless, or rather made him a much better character, is literally Summer Lucio. This guy alone made him made him into a god. Just because this guy can stack his echo like crazy onto him, and he has fucking full turn of assassin, which makes the water wrestler setup even crazier. Like I said, if you have like invested into water relatively heavy, then yeah, you can do that shit. Because Summer Lucio itself, his literal release made Uno an absolute god. Just because he can use this, and then you do Kirin reset again, and then do that again. Yeah. And then you can do this again, or some shit. Does it actually apply to more than one character? I don't remember, but yeah, I think he probably can. But still, yeah, this guy alone made Uno so fucking strong. That's why. But like, you have to keep in mind, this kind of shit only applies to a specific amount of players. Not like, it doesn't help like majority of the time, because you have to keep in mind, well, it is technically like a PvP. This is a PvE game, but you know, most of the time people these days tend to consider this as a PvP game, because racing is, well, PvP, right? But it's not like full-blown PvP, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, so like, it doesn't make sense like for a character like to get to this point, like to get this character takes a lot of effort, right? I'm sure you guys remember the amount of effort it requires to get like 5-star Jutens. I mean, obviously it's not a big effort for me anymore because, you know, I'm already at that point. But like, yeah, it requires quite a bit of effort, right? And then it's like you can only use it in very specific scenarios when you have the grid, you have the characters, you know, if you're only probably in primal or some shit. Yeah. Then you can fully utilize this guy, but like, hey, that doesn't fucking make sense, right? You know, this definitely applies to Song as well, because Song is also included in this. This applies to Song as well, like really heavily applies to Song, because the main problem is Song, because nobody. Okay, maybe it's a little bit unfair to say that it's nobody, right? But like, I would say at least 80% of the time in the entire game, 80% of probably like 80% of the players would only use Song for fucking Baja Shell or OTK. Like, outside of that, where the fuck do you even see Song? Seriously. It's like, and then to make things even worse for Song, the main reason why Song was used for Baha Shell is because she can paralyze, and because the motherfucker you can paralyze, and then you extend the motherfucking paralyze and shit, all that stuff. Yeah, you get the idea, right? But to make it even worse for Song, now in 2020, motherfucker, now every single one, at least majority of the people that I know, just full autos Baha Shell anyway. Who gives a fuck about this piece of shit character? Like, everyone just full autos. You just use Bailey as main summon or some shit, and then you just use your dark teams, and then just lumberjack that shit, and then yeah, bang, I'm just full auto. Seems like, dude, I think everyone, most of my active crew members are just doing that. Maybe not for some of them, because every time they just do it on reset or whatever, they just do it together and shit. Yeah, but most of the time, you just fucking full auto this shit. Most of them do that. I don't even do this shit anymore because I don't want to sit here on stream staring at my screen for 30 or 40 minutes because of the full auto stuff. Like, holy crap. Oh my god. So yeah, that's why Song is like, she needed this for so long already. Because like, you have to remember, paralyze, like she can do paralyze, yeah? But paralyze is like immune for like majority of like the important raids or whatever. They're all immune. And then you can extend your debuff effects. Her one-time skill only extends, and her damage is not even that great. You know, you would assume that this damage is actually relatively high. No, I think people can usually average damage you tend to see her for her S4 is probably between 2 to 3 million. It's pretty fucking ass. Yeah, in short, she actually needed this update for quite some time already. I mean, the other thing, like, she's usually used in OTK is just because of her this thing. She literally has 100%. Basically, like, it shows like 100% and 50, right? What it technically means is that as long as she Ogis, your shitty ass Magna Grid will probably just cap very easily as long as you have Song. But like, you need to consistently get her to Ogi like crazy. That's what it's trying to say. But this thing only lasts for technically three turns-ish. And she has dog shit multi-attack. To put matters worse, yeah, she has very shit meter gain as well thanks to that. So you need to put in a lot of effort just to make her work. I mean, look at this skill, man. Level 85, you get skill damage cap. This one's like, yeah, whatever. Oh my god, yeah, she needed this for a really long time to actually, like, you know, like I said earlier, you put in so much effort to use a character for that. I mean, okay, so like, a lot of times we just tend to meme before this, right? Before the whole full auto bullshit happened for Baha Shell. A lot of times saying that it's actually worth to make Song because you can actually use Song to, you know, earn back those bars that you use for her or some shit, right? But I don't know, man. End of the day, I feel like I get much lesser bars from fucking Baha Shell than like other raids anyway. So it's like, Yeah, now and then that yeah, now everyone just full autos that shit. Yeah, it's fucking ass, man. So yeah, for like Uno and Song needed that so bad. Okay, so next is Summer Europa, right? Summer Europa, I remember she wasn't that bad though. She's very similar to the original version, but she's more offensive. But I feel like because of her current skill set, and all that new water characters that was added in recently kind of made her a little bit pointless to have. And plus she's also a seasonal limited character. You have to keep that in mind. You can basically only get her like twice a year, I think. Yeah, twice a year. Like actual summer and like anniversary time, I think. Yeah. There's only like two times a year that you can only get this kind of character. So like that's probably one of the main reasons why they decided to do this. I mean, this kind of applies to a lot of other characters as well, like near unusable. I don't know, like Chat. But let's be honest here. Honestly, I feel like Chat these days is like he's basically there because, you know, side games needed a shit character. They can't have always god characters or good characters, usable characters, all that shit. They need like dog shit characters. So Chet is probably one of that characters, right? So he's gonna be forever be a living meme for us, right? So, but yeah, Summer Europa feels like she's suffering from that same thing. Like she was okay at the beginning when she was released, which was last year. Yeah, last year. Yeah. She was okay, but then as time goes on, this year, there's so many like insane water characters popping up. She's not needed anymore, I feel like. Her skills feels very, very mediocre already, so there's really no reason for you to use her at all. And she looks pretty I lost, right? Yeah, I lost, done, isn't it? I lost? Huh? I lost? Goddamn. Alright. The next one is Siegfried. Yeah, Siegfried is another one, is very similar scenario as UL. Because he already has full limit break. Very similar case as UL, right? And he's suffering from a lot of lack of damage. Like, his skill looks very mediocre these days. Like, what the hell is this, man? Level 95, you get extra 20% DA out. Like, seriously, level 95 skill. 6 turns, 20% double attack. Like, dude, I fucking love Siegfried in general. Like, the main 4 Dragon Knights, I actually like this guy the most because he resembles Batman so much. But, like, he is so freaking sad, you know? And, like, the other main issue, I would say, right? He has this, right? He can auto nuke, right? He can auto nuke, but the weird ass thing is that his auto nuke is much weaker than a lot of standard subtickable characters these days. I do not know why. It's like his cap now is so shit. So yeah, he's, even if you want to use him as like the OTK character, I remember highlighting him quite a few times during like my subtics video or whatever shit. Like, yeah, he's so weak now compared to any of those. So it's like most of the time you can basically just ignore his entire existence. Like, even his other version is like this one is much better. His fire version, on the other hand, right, his OTK is fucking insane. He's basically one of the I would say probably one of the must-haves for OTK setup for fire. Like, he can literally just hit so freaking hard because he automatically launches this, right, on Ogi, and this thing has a relatively high cap, and he debuffs as well. It makes it even better too. It's so funny that his fire version is much better, but then again, his fire version was only released not too long ago. But yeah, this one needs an update for quite some time as well. So yeah, it's pretty cool that they are doing that as well. Oh boy. Summer-Jan, huh? Man, I'm not sure if I want to talk about this character. Seeing this character really makes me very, very sad. So I'm very certain a lot of people probably don't know this, because I've never put this in my YouTube like at all. So a little bit of storytelling. Back in her release, yeah, back in her release in 2018. Not only she destroyed a server, I'm sure a lot of people know that, but what potentially actually happened was it was the very first time that I sparked with real money. And this was not like I don't know, maybe like 30 rolls paid or some shit. No. This was probably like at least 60 to 70% paid rolls. So that's like, I don't know, more than 150 rolls. Literally, because she was literally one of those characters on that time, on release, right? She was fucking broken. Okay? You have to remember that this character on release was really fucking broken. Like, what she can provide, like, this thing is fucking insane. She can debuff, she can do armor, she can do like fucking stamina buff, you know, all this shit lasts for 4 turns. It sounds pretty nice, right? But this thing was so broken on release, but not anymore. This character died, I think, in a month or two. In 1 or 2 months, she got deleted from the fucking, like, the very existence in win setups. That's how sad she is. And I kind of sparked for her because of that. Because it's like I needed at that time I wanted to get a very strong win character at that time. But I only got her at my 270th roll. Yeah, almost spark. I managed to get her, thankfully. And it was also the time where I got Olivia for the first time. I think Olivia was released not too long before this, I think. Yeah, she was in 2017, right? Yeah, Olivia was released in 2017. So I picked Olivia. That was the very first time I got her Fallen Sword. And I got Olivia. And that time, I think Olivia was relatively good as well. But yeah. So that was like my little story. That was the only time that I used real money to whale a spark. And never again, because holy shit, that was the biggest mistake I've ever done in my entire time playing this game. And I don't think I actually would say anyone should do that either. I think I kept emphasizing the fact that anyone should never ever do that for this game. If you want to buy or spend money in this game, the most you should do is probably like subtics and shit, right? You should never ever throw money just to do like random rolls or whatever shit, unless you're fucking filthy rich or whatever. Then do whatever you want, I suppose. But like, for a normal person, you should never ever do that. But yeah, and you have to also remember one very important thing. Like, I did that to make things even worse at that time. You know, you can actually get costumes, right? At that time, you can buy costumes with the 10 roll, right? I still until today, I have some costumes that were available at that time. I did not buy the costume. I literally just went for the 10 roll. I just say fuck it to the costume altogether. I was rage rolling so hard. And it was one of my biggest mistakes ever in GBF, yes. Because it was at least, I think, yeah, I can't remember what was the exact amount, but it was like around 60 to 70% paid spark, yeah. So yeah, don't do that. But yeah, to put things simply, she was a good character on release, yes, very good character on release, and she immediately died not too long after. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, it's nice, I guess, to see her getting a buff. Sure. I don't think I've gotten a dupe of her, do I? Wait, let me check. No. Until today, I have not gotten a dupe of her yet. Pretty amazing, huh? Okay, so next one is Mary. Christmas Mary. I don't remember anything about you, but treasure hunt character in light. Yeah, it's pretty yikers. She only does delay. She raises bounty. Her S1 damage cap is fucking ass. Her second skill is relatively decent, I guess. But yeah. I remember only using her for some restless shit because of this. Yeah, I can see why she needed that. I mean, a lot of other seasonal characters needed this too. It's not just her, really. But yeah, Naru, huh? I guess I can kind of see why they decided to do Naru though, the standard Naru. I remember her full lumen break is not that old though. Well, 2 years ago. But like, it wasn't that bad. But the problem is that she's still relatively clunky. It's nice that she's getting a buff. I mean, I still kind of use her if you have been into my stream recently. You know, if you see me doing like random Metatrons and shit, I'm sure you actually still see her in my team. Yeah, I still do use her until today just for the hell of it. But that was the same team that I had for like the previous Dark Guild Wars setup, if you're wondering. I have not changed that until today. That was definitely more than a year already. It still works, but it's not as good as, you know, like fucking Nia and Zoe combo bullshit these days on Akasha and shit, right? So Naru, I feel like one of the main reasons why they're probably like what's that, buffing her up now is because that her goddamn summer version got recently updated and it made her a lot more usable. I will definitely think she's much more usable, yes. Because she's just more like a button mashing character, right? Good for full auto too, I suppose. And like, we all know her strongest version is obviously her ass version. I mean, her Christmas version. Yeah, ass, okay. So yeah, we all know Christmas version is obviously her strongest one. Because, yeah, fucking... We have fucking 150 assassin shit that lasts for the entire turn thing. She has this fucking thing here. This is fucking... Yeah. You get the idea, right? Christmas version of hers is just so fucking strong, right? And plus, they recently updated this, so I feel like her original version is only a matter of time that it will come. So hopefully this turns into a anytime assassin rather than overdrive assassin. Because I mean, she still hits relatively hard though. If this actually turns out to be an anytime assassin, I think she can be really, really good. I mean, she has a lot of defend down and all that shit though. That's kind of annoying, but she still hits hard because of the 70% echo that she has. Kind of permanent 70% echo. This one is kind of like a meme. This one is like whatever as well. I mean, but this one is like, what? This I remember this happened several times when I took Skyfall though. It was kind of funny. When I was actually just doing like random shit with Shiny or Bai Shell kind of shit with her. And then she just ping! You can just see, you just repel. Ping! Oh, what the fuck? 200k damage or some shit on back to what's that, Bai Shell or some shit because of Skyfall. Yeah, 5% chance though, yep. Alright, okay, cool. Ah, that's amazing. Okay. Wow, we spent quite a bit of time talking about all these characters, huh? I don't know why when it comes to like character balance changes updates, I always have a lot of shit to talk about. It's kind of funny. But yeah, next one. But yeah, end of the day, I'm really excited to see all this, but mid-December, right? So next Christmas, essentially. Alright, so next one we have QOL updates. Battles will display what turn it is. Rejoice Babu Raiders on top of the number of... What? On top with the number of players and the timer. The unload loot section of the crate will have a reserve button added in the addition and sell, reduce and stash. Oh man. This thing... I'm sure you guys have... I mean, if you have been in my... Like, been around... Like in my stream or on my YouTube or whatever for quite some time. I'm very certain I mentioned this so many times. Right? Like, they could literally just put the turn number on display every time it's there, you know? No matter where or when it is, in the fight itself, just have the turn number there. Is it that fucking hard to just put it there? Like, you had so much space on screen, but they decided to you know what? Let's just take our time to do it. You know, it fucking reminds me of Getchi Impact fucking updates and shit. Good lord. But like, this is a huge update though. Holy crap. Because, you know, like, a lot of times where, you know, like, for example, I think this happened a lot onto my Christmas Magisa, where I just want to use her third skill, right? You know, because, you know, her third skill emphasizes a lot on whenever she has 10 turns onwards, her S3 just becomes like fucking strong and shit, right? So yeah, a lot of times like I usually can't, like, after I skip like so many times and shit, I just can't tell like what turn am I in, because I don't really pay attention to the middle left side of the screen in the battle screen, because it always appears there. You know, it just appears that part of the screen every time you refresh, right? When you refresh the start of the screen, it shows there. Like, what turn is it? But, you know, there are times where you just don't pay attention to it, right? Then you just miss stuff, because that thing only stays there for like, I think, half to 1 second or some shit. So, thank God for that. In December, you'll be able to automatically reserve weapons with skills from quests and raids. Oh, thank God. You can set which specific weapons get reserves or not via the journal, inventory, or quest results screen. And also see an overview of which weapons you have set to auto-reserve. Huh. You can set specific weapons. Individually specific weapons. Wow. I wasn't actually expecting them to do something as troublesome as that, but I guess that's nice, I suppose. Sure, why not? Okay, we always know about this. December Korega will be only during the stream, so yeah, next month, chat. Next month, big stream coming up, poggers. I mean, this month I feel like I'm only looking forward to the whole sandbox thing though. Other than that, it's kind of like whatever. But yeah, besides that, I guess it's the balance update. Alright, that's it for my Korega November 2020 version. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I will see you guys on the next video or on stream. Yeah, remember to leave a like, comment, pog or something, poggers, whichever, or white people happy, whatever you want, and I'll give you a like or something. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe too. Bye bye.